Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing.
Question, what folks you talking about? Just whoever you decide? Okay. Are you a criminal then? Hi, my name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the page. You know, I literally just did my piece on Mark Robinson. That is the very, very MAGA nominee for governor in North Carolina, currently serving as lieutenant governor, just in case you missed it. This is a man who once called the civil rights movement a communist plot to subvert capitalism, and that so many freedoms were lost during the civil rights movement. And yes, that is true, like the freedom to subjugate others.
There are some people that were talking about reparations in this country. They wanted reparations. And I remember I made this particular liberal so angry at me because I told them right to their face, nobody owes you anything for slavery. If you want to tell the truth about it, it is you who owes. It's you who owes. Why do you owe? Because somebody in those fields took stripes for you. Somebody, after those fields were ended and slavery was ended, somebody had to walk through Jim Crow for you.
You're right, Mark. I do owe my ancestors who fought for me to have a better life. But what that got to do with the money, Mark? I'm confused. What does that have to do with the money? See, when you fight and sacrifice for a better life for your kids and kin, you still get paid for the work that you do. And guess what? If you did it, they're gonna try and get it. Is that how you've been operating, Mark? You owe somebody money, and then if their estate tries to get it, he sacrificed and fought for you. It's you who owes. The link to that piece is in the description. You know, some people just can't get right. Some people can't get right, but normally those people, you just slide their food under the door 3 times a day and you go about your life. You don't have them working in state government. I had just dropped that piece. And like manna from heaven, we get this.
I didn't start this fight, you did. You wanted to be left alone, you should have left me alone. We didn't argue and capitulate and talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't fight the Nazis that hard. No, they're bad. Kill them. Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing.
So this was an excerpt from a half-hour speech he gave at Lake Church in the town of White Lake in the southeast corner of the state. And I think he just probably assumed it was never going to get out. You know, like those texts that you send after 1 a.m. Because I can't imagine that he wanted anybody to see this.
You know, it was a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield.
Okay, I have a question right off the top. Is that a choir behind him? Is that a choir? Because they don't look like they're ready to participate, and they're not wearing robes. They don't even have any sort of color scheme going on. So is it a volunteer choir? Like what they got go? Is that extra? Is that the auxiliary seating? Are those the ushers? Like I don't understand. Somebody tell me. Like I've been to a lot of different churches, but I never know there to be seating behind whoever is preaching. So just help me out with that. What's going on? Also, she got on shape-ups.
You know, it was a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield, and guess what we did to it? We killed it. We didn't quibble about it. We didn't argue about it. We didn't fight about it. We killed it. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, what did we do? We flew to Japan, and we killed the Japanese Army and Navy. We didn't even quibble about it. I didn't start this fight, you did. You wanted to be left alone, you should have left me alone. We didn't argue and capitulate and talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't fight the Nazis that hard. No, they're bad. Kill them.
Why did he just make World War II sound like an episode of G.I. Joe? Like, I don't understand. Like, are you narrating a children's book? No, they're bad. We killed it. I'm guessing that there was some discussion strategy, because that's typically how that works in the military. But of course, if you're the kind of guy who just sits back and likes to yell absurd conspiracy theories, I can see how it might to you just look like an episode of G.I. Joe.
No, they're bad. Kill them.
Is that Cobra Commander coming again? We killed him.
No, they're bad. Kill them. Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad.
Who exactly are the Nazi defenders out here? I'm trying to figure out, you said some liberal somewhere are going to say that sounds bad. I'm trying to figure out who is re-legislating World War II. Like, I'm just trying to, oh wait, you know who actually does defend Nazis though? You might want to turn around, because probably some of them probably in your choir, and look in the mirror as well. That's coming from y'all. That's coming from your party, the kind of people that see any kind of good in people of that ilk.
Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad.
Did they really just clap for this man? Huh? Did they really just clap for this man? I ain't seen an audience this easy since Wild 'N Out. You know you in a church when they clap for a trash performance. You do know. You have seen some of the worst performances of your lifetime in a church, and they clap. All that's missing is some old lady yelling, "Take your time, baby."
Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing.
Question, what folks you talking about? Just whoever you decide? Okay. Are you a criminal then?
Some folks need killing.
Sound like something Dahmer would say.
Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it. It's not a matter of vengeance. It's not a matter of being mean or spiteful. It's a matter of necessity.
Okay, so here's my problem, Mark Robinson. I'm not sure exactly where North Carolina is when it comes to education. It's a place where my dad grew up. It's near and dear to my heart. I hate having to drag him like this, but you said if you didn't want there to be any drama, you wouldn't have started no drama. Like, that's vengeance. Like, what you talking about?
I didn't start this fight. You did. You wanted to be left alone. You should have left me alone.
Is literally vengeance. That wasn't even a minute ago.
It's not a matter of vengeance. It's not a matter of being mean or spiteful. It's a matter of necessity. We have wicked people doing wicked things, torturing and murdering and raping. It's time to call out those guys in green.
Ah, I got you. Okay, so you want the military to come in and handle domestic issues. Yeah, that I can't see that being problematic at all. Yeah, just have them come in like they did in Japan. They killed him.
Killed him.
I mean, if the police are doing too much of that, they killed him.
Killed him.
If the police are doing too much, they killed him.
Killed him.
And they are at least semi-trained to deal with domestic issues. How is that going to go when you bring in the military? They killed him.
Killed him.
They killed him.
It's time to call out those guys in green and go have them handle it. Or those boys in blue and have them go handle it. We need to start handling our business again, because, guys, what I said at the beginning about you getting in your cars, listening to your radio, putting on what you want to put on, and saying what you want to put on, keep thinking about it. Don't you feel it slipping away?
I know what you're saying, Mark Robinson, because we were just minding our own business and listening to our own music. And here you come, like a 60s parent, talking about Beyonce. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, because sometimes you just want to be left alone. Like, yeah, we can't even enjoy Black Panther. No, we can't even enjoy Black Panther, no. Because Mark Robinson has something to say. I know what you mean. You know, it's interesting that you would dog whistle to the folks in this church about listening to what you want to listen to and feeling like you don't have the freedom to when you want to infringe on other people's abilities to listen to what they want to listen to.
I didn't start this fight, you did. You wanted to be left alone, you should have left me alone.
Also, I think the lady in red just stole some money out the collection plate.
Putting on what you want to put on and saying what you want to put on, keep thinking about it. Don't you feel it slipping away?
Yeah, she slipped it under her seat. Y'all might want to check her on the way out.
Don't you feel it slipping away? Don't you feel it slipping away? The further away we get from the concept of 1776 and why we declared our independence and how we declared our independence, the further we start sliding into making 1776 a distant memory.
You know, it's funny you should say that, Mark Robinson, about the further that we get from 1776, the further away 1776 becomes. That's how time works. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think we've ever been as far away from 1776 as we are right now. I mean, when we're giving presidents immunity and making them kings and indoctrinating Christian nationalism and all facets of American life. Yeah, we've gotten pretty far away from 1776, but of course, those aren't any of the things that you have a problem with. I'll tell you what I have a problem with, though, is the fact that you're having this conversation about evil on the battlefield and doing what needs to be done, quote, because they're bad. In what context? What is the context of this conversation? Are you talking about an international war? Are you talking about some sort of intrigue? You are running for governor of North Carolina as a super MAGA at that. So you are fighting a cultural war against the left wing or even centrists or people with operable brains. It sounds to me like you're advocating for political violence.
Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing.
And I think it would sound to most people like you are advocating for political violence because, quote, they're bad and you have to do what needs to be done.
No, they're bad. Kill them. Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad.
And this is the man who Trump said was better than MLK?
I heard him coming in on the plane. I was listening, and I said to the people on the plane, watch this. This is Martin Luther King on steroids, okay? Now, I told that to Mark. I said, I think you're better than Martin Luther King. I think you are Martin Luther King times 2.
I'll never forget that day that Martin said, I might not get there with you, but I have seen the mountaintop. We killed it!
Killed him.